I wonder if, before I get started, I was going to single out Walia in the back. Would you be so kind as to bring me a copy of my red book? I should have brought it up. I want to quote a little thing from it, and I should have brought it up when I came up. No, I'm sorry. The one in your right hand. Yeah. Sorry. I had some particular things I want to say. Thanks a lot. Yeah. But basically, I mean, the main thing I have to say is right on to everything Rafia said. The point about moral responsibility, and I think about holding ourselves initially accountable, holding ourselves accountable. I think part of the problem with policy speak and policy-based language, which is one of the problems is the abstraction, but the abstraction also does serve, and I think very purposely, to distract us from our own complicity and our own involvement by emphasizing other people's culpability, other people's involvement, taking the responsibility away from ourselves. And if there's any hope, if there's going to be any hope for making the world a better place, which we urgently need to do, then all of us, in whatever situation any one of us finds him or herself, need to begin by emphasizing and acting from our own sense of responsibility. A couple things struck me in things Rafia said, and Haiti keeps coming to mind. Muzaffar told you that I've been involved with Haiti. I've been traveling to Haiti actually longer than I've been traveling to Pakistan. And in the case of both countries, again, referring to something Rafia said, it's the human dimension that I find enduringly important. The political context comes and goes, changes, and Haiti sometimes seems very important for a few weeks at a time, and then to Americans, and then it disappears again. Pakistan, before 2001, many of you in this room who are Pakistani, I'm sure have had the experience that pre-9/11 you would tell people you're from Pakistan, and then people didn't exactly know where that was or what it was, So the importance that we put faux ersatz importance on places, but the real importance is shared humanity. In 1993-94, Haiti seemed very, very important to Americans because of the boat people crisis, and the political crisis, and the invasion, the U.S. invasion of Haiti that eventually happened in October 1994. And then more or less instantly, as soon as that invasion happened, Americans forgot Haiti. So then the earthquake in Haiti happened almost 2 years ago now. It was really, really important to Americans for a while, and then Americans forgot it again. If there's any hope for us as human beings, it's to keep our eye on each other's situations, each other's plights, notwithstanding the coming and going of the media cycle. Rafia said it's like watching someone you love die, and she's speaking as a Pakistani who's also an American. That also brings to mind something I've long felt about Haiti, that it's like my love for Haiti is like love for a dying friend. That's the way I've always felt. And I think the importance and the moral importance, again, to emphasize Rafia's point, is there is moral significance in keeping your eye on that difficult scene, on that dying friend, rather than averting your eyes. It's easy and it's tempting to avert our eyes and to say, oh, that's far away, or that doesn't involve me, or those people are in a foreign country, or it's not my problem, I've got my own problems. But I would say that even if you can't do anything about it, it's important to pay attention, because it's important to know that it's happening, and to know that, maybe even to know that you can't do anything about it. I'm going to return to Mohammed Zahid, I think, before I conclude speaking, because I think that story of the street kid is a very important story that brings home some of the points I want to emphasize that Rafia also emphasized. But I'm going to start in a somewhat different context and start with actually that policy question. Is Pakistan, because the question that we were asked to address today is Pakistan a problem to be solved? And it's a purposely provocative question. It's a purposely maybe obtuse question, but I think it's obtuse with a point, and it's an excellent way to frame the conversation, because I would obviously answer no, Pakistan is not a problem to be solved. But the real answer is it depends on how you look at it. If you look at Pakistan from the point of view of U.S. policy, then Pakistan is a problem to be solved. Then Pakistan is a problem for American policymakers. The problem is that that's the way the question tends to be framed in all American conversation about Pakistan. Pakistan equals problems, Pakistan equals terrorism, Pakistan equals violence and danger to us. Pakistan is that other society that is threatening us. That's the way that Pakistan is portrayed and is seen by the American public. And it's seen that way because that's the way that the American media portrays it. And the American media portrays it that way because the American policy establishment requires for Pakistan to fulfill that role for Americans. We as Americans need, our job, our task is to subvert that and to insist on understanding and looking at Pakistan in a different way. The place to begin doing that is with ourselves, with each of us individually. And that's why I, having written the 2 books that I've written about Pakistan, am doing as much of exactly that as I can, going around to places like Indianapolis to try to continue that conversation and that undermining that very, very strong and insistent way that the policy establishment requires us to look at Pakistan. So if you're somebody like Bruce Riedel, who is a former CIA officer and advisor to President Obama, a fellow at the Brookings Institution, who wrote an op-ed piece that was published in last Saturday's New York Times, if you're somebody like that, then Pakistan is a problem to be solved. It is a bundle of foreign policy challenges that you can enumerate, and then you can prescribe solutions, as he tried to do in his piece a week ago. If you are an Indian guy who read my response to Bruce Riedel, which I published in Dawn yesterday, some Indian guy who showed up on my Facebook page,